Hello guys, and welcome back to another Instagram training video. This is actually going to be part 4, but kind of think of it as part 3.5 because I really think that the last video that I made about Instagram shoutouts is probably going to be the most beneficial way to gain followers, way to gain leads on your CPA account. And I really want to dive deep and get super specific on the accounts that you're going to be buying shoutouts from, because I think that oftentimes people are deceived easily, and I just want you guys to not make the same mistakes that I have made in the past, because I've been doing this for a while now and I'm able to tell kind of the real accounts versus the fake accounts. So I hope that you guys get something out of this. Before I jump in, I just want to add, if you guys have any questions about Instagram, feel free to message me or post it in the Facebook group. We'll be there to answer these questions about it. But yeah, here we go. So finding pages to buy these shoutouts from. So what is the big issue here? And the big issue is that there are a ton of fake accounts out there. And it's sometimes difficult to find a fake account versus a real account. So what I noticed actually when I started getting into the entire like buying shoutouts area, when I really started doing this, I started noticing that like, oh my gosh, like all these accounts that I thought were real, like these accounts that have hundreds of thousands of followers, they look real, they have good credentials, they're actually completely fake. All of their followers are purchase followers and all their likes are purchase likes. It's just a complete deception in order to try and get you to send them a little bit of money so that they can make a little bit of advertising dollars every day. And the biggest issue with this is that these accounts are not going to get you any real leads, not at all. So you're going to end up spending like 50 or 100 bucks and it's not going to get you anything. And that's not what we want. We want your $50 to $100 to actually turn into like hundreds of dollars or $1,000 or whatever. So we want that return on investment, but going and buying from a fake account is not going to do you any good. So I really want to take you guys through step by step on, number one, how to find fake accounts, and number two, like what types of ads should I actually post on these accounts? Like what should I do? Since you guys have never done it before and I have, I want to give you some examples of things that we've posted before. I want to give you some example like captions that you can use. I want to give you guys exactly how you can optimize the number of views that you get, optimize the number of likes, optimize the number of people that are actually going to click through and go to your website and hopefully create a lead for you. So the step for finding real accounts. Now I'm going to show you guys some examples of this later on in the video, but I want to kind of like give you guys an outline. So if you're writing things down, this is what you should be writing down, or you could refer back to this slide if interested later on. But the first step that I would tell you guys is that certain niches are almost always fake. And it's not a given, but the best way for me to explain is in a niche like travel, you're not going to get that many fake accounts. But in a niche like luxury or make money online, you're going to find more fake accounts, just because the people that are creating like a luxury account are most likely people that are trying to make some money on the internet, while a person that's posting pictures of like their travel experiences isn't doing it in order to make money. So if that makes sense, like the make money people online, they're usually doing it for the money, while the travel people or the photographers, I mean, remember, Instagram is a marketplace for photographers. Not really a marketplace, but it's a way to like show off your work. So if you're advertising on a photographer's page, it's usually going to be more beneficial than just doing advertising on some like strictly like an advertising page or like a quote page. You want to go out there and find unique pages that are real. And there's a few more steps that I can kind of take you through, but remember that if it looks a little bit fake, don't buy from it. It's not, that's like the one thing I want you guys to get out of this. Like if you think that it could potentially be fake, if you think it kind of looks a little shady, don't buy from it. It's not worth it. It most likely is a little bit fake, and a little bit fake is going to cost you a lot of leads in the long run. So the second step is that you want to make sure the account is following less than 500 people. Now, this doesn't have to be exact. If they're following 600 people, it doesn't mean that they're fake. But for the most part, these major accounts, these real accounts, are accounts that are following very few people. Most of the time, the ones I do, they're following less than 100 people. And the reason for this is that these accounts aren't accounts that are using like Instagram or social autobots or any of these softwares. They didn't do that to get big. They actually got big by personally buying shoutouts themselves. So they kind of like would buy a shoutout and sell shoutouts and then buy shoutouts and just kind of keep building their account over and over again. But as you can see, that did not cause them to actually go out there and follow people. So like the Instagram method that I talked about before on building your own account, it's going to cause you to follow like thousands of people. But in turn, it kind of makes your account look fake. As I've kind of explained in the past, your reputation matters. Well, in this case, you need to look for accounts with less than 500 people, because if they have more than that, they may be using some type of software, and that means that their reputation isn't as good, and they're most likely going to have a lot of fake followers on their account, and you just don't want that. It's not good for your business. The other thing is you want to make sure they're relatively old accounts. Make sure they have tons of posts. I usually go for over 500 posts. Again, it's not a given, but if you find an account and it has 500,000 followers, but it's got 10 posts, there's probably an issue with the account. So I usually look for like big accounts that have over 500 posts on it, that have tons of followers, that have less than 500 people that they're following. These things are just adding to the reputation of the account and adding to the legitimacy of the account. The other thing that you want to do, step 4, is very, very important, and it's something that I'm going to walk you guys through in a minute when I kind of dive into a couple of accounts that I can tell are real or fake. The one thing that you want to do is check their most recent post, and you want to look for these 3 things. You want to look at the number of likes and the amount of time it was posted. Now, this can be harder to tell if it's real or fake, but the one thing that you can do is, if you're like paying attention, if you found an account that you really like might want to purchase shoutouts from, you have the option to like kind of wait it out and wait for them to post something on their account. Wait for them to make that post and see over like 10 minutes how many likes they get. Because it's not realistic for an account that has like 100,000 followers to get 5,000 likes in 10 minutes or whatever, 3,000, 1,000 even. It's not realistic at all. And if you see that there's this like surge of likes as soon as they post, it most likely means they're either buying the likes or using a program to generate likes to their account. The other thing that you need to do is you need to manually go in and look at each person that's liking the photo. Now, this sounds like a pain, but you'll get good at it as you kind of go through it. But it's super, super important, guys, because although like that first step that I was talking about, it's not perfect. So the way that you actually go through and check this is that you click on the people that are actually following the accounts. Okay, if you come to a page and there's like 5 pictures on that guy's page, and you click on them and they were all posted like 2 years ago on December 23rd, that means that the account is fake, and that means that the account that he was liking and everything was fake. So I'll show you kind of all this in a minute if it's confusing, but these are the steps. They're very, very necessary because I don't want you guys to get screwed over. The other thing that you want to do is look at the comments on the photo. If these comments are all like nice picture or all this stuff, or if there's no people like tagging their friends in it, it's most likely fake. You want to look for like good engagement. I mean, that's important. You want people to be engaged with your ads. So if no one is engaged on their photos, then there is a major issue. The 5th like main reason here, and you guys might not like the sound of this, but they need to have high prices. And if a 1 million follower account says you can post on their account for $50 for like 24 hours or whatever, it's most likely a fake account. These are usually accounts that kind of have a bad reputation in the community, and they're just trying to like get some sucker to just kind of buy into them and have nothing go right. for them. I bought fake shoutouts before. I've spent like 50, 100, whatever on fake shoutouts. And what happens is you basically will get tons and tons of followers to your account, but they're all fake followers. You'll get a bunch of people to like your photos. They're all fake likes, but that's it. You won't get any leads. You won't get like any type of like engagement on your photo that's real. It's just kind of a huge letdown. You're kind of super excited, and then you're just totally let down. So these are the 5 main steps that you're going to want to be looking at. And if you're not doing this, you're doing something wrong. Don't try and just go in and like buy from some random account. Go through, take the time. It's worth it in the long run, because this is a skill that not many people have. If you're able to really analyze the account, then it's going to be super beneficial for you in the future. So actually, before I get into this, I'm going to kind of take you guys through just a couple of options here and a couple of just scenarios of real versus fake accounts. So I'm going to take you guys to this account right here. So this is an account. It's a luxury account, and it's actually an account that I personally have posted on before. And as you can see from the videos that I posted in the past, just looking at the account, it looks real. I mean, as I kind of go through this, you've got like it looks professional. You've got the professional stuff. He's got a Snapchat. He's got all this stuff. He's got his email address. And then let's kind of take a look at his pictures. They're high quality, and they're getting a lot of likes. 14,000 likes, 3,000 likes, 9,000 likes, 2,000 likes, 5,000 likes, 5,000, and so on. He's getting a lot of likes on these pictures. But the issue that you may see with this account, although you might think it's real, he's got 700,000 followers almost, is that the first thing that you should be tipped off about is this number right here. Why is he following so many people? Now, that's kind of an interesting thing. Now, that doesn't mean that he's necessarily fake, but it's kind of just in like the back of my mind right now. Like, why is he following 1,700 people? Like, he's probably not going and like really scouring using this account. So potentially he could be using some type of software. So that's just something that we're going to want to look through and check out. So we're going to kind of go into the next step that I would take. So this is a video. This is very recent. Now, actually, one second. Let's turn some internet access on. So this is a recent video that this guy posted. So as we kind of go into this, I'm going to refresh the page actually so we can get a updated thing. So it has 245 likes. So it's not crazy. He posted this 5 hours ago. So really not that many likes. It might not be the greatest example at this point. I'm not sure. One second. Yeah. So 245 likes. So not crazy. So this doesn't really tip me off at anything. But what does tip me off is the fact that as I'm looking through these comments, this is what I'm seeing. Great video. Okay. Looks great. Okay. Stunning design. Like, stunning design. That doesn't even make sense for this like video. This doesn't look like it has anything to do with design. Awesome. Cool vid. Chill. So cool. So these accounts are like cool, nice. They sound pretty fake. All right, so then the next step, as I was talking about before, so I'm kind of like getting a little tipped off by this like number of people following these comments that are on this account. So the next thing I'm going to do is kind of click through. I'm going to look at these accounts that are making these posts. And what's interesting enough is that these are not people accounts. These are actually business accounts. As you can see, like this is not someone's personal account. And that is another thing that should tip you off. So that was a person's business account. This is a person's business account. All these are person's business accounts. Okay, so that like those things should be kind of tipping you off, because it's like, okay, you know for a fact that people that run these business accounts are not really engaging for the most part in other people's stuff. So why would they all be commenting these like very generic stuff? And for the most part, this means that this guy is fake. So it's just kind of just for the heck of it, kind of go back to older pictures to just get an idea if maybe this was a fluke or whatever. So let's take this picture right here. So as we kind of look at this picture, so it's got 6,500 likes. I actually can't click on the likes on the desktop version, but as I suggested before, you would want to click through the likes and actually go and do it. So as you can see, like, what are these? Yes, yes, yes. Why are all these people commenting yes? I'm not exactly sure. I mean, cool, like they say goals, and yes, that's like our goal, but everyone's commenting the same thing. It doesn't make sense. Cool beans, excelente. It all seems fake to me. Going through, these are all business accounts yet again. And I basically, the first time that I bought from this guy was probably a very, very stupid idea. And as I can kind of go through it now, these are all fake. It looks real. He's got a lot of followers. He gets a lot of likes on his pictures. But if you really start digging in there, you're really going to see that he's actually a fake account. So this is an example, a great example of an account that looks very, very real, but in reality, it's fake. So now I want to take you guys to a real account so that you can kind of see the difference, see how engagement changes, see what you guys should kind of be looking for. And now you guys will probably get mad, but this is the like epitome of a real account. But this is the type of stuff that you're going to want to be looking for. So this guy has 4.9 million followers. So he's got tons of followers. This, in order to do a shout out on a page like this, is probably going to cost you like $300, $400, $500 for 24 hours. So accounts that are getting this big, they're going to cost you a lot more compared to something like this. Posting on this account was only $50, and posting on this account with $50 was also kind of fishy, but it's fake. So that's the reason that they're doing it. So coming to this account, 4.9 million followers, let's kind of do the same checklist that we were going through before. 132 following. So that's good. Only like that's less than the 500. That's awesome. That means that most likely the people that he's following are like real. They're just like celebrities, whatever. They're people that he just wants to have a relationship with. The other thing is you can kind of look up here. This all looks legitimate. I know this doesn't tell the tale, but it all looks good. And he has 2,400 posts. So this guy is super, super active, which is also a great sign. So let's go to this very recent post, 7 hours ago. So it wasn't that recent, but it was just in this time frame. And what I want to show you guys is, number one, he had 1,500 comments. It said 1,500, which means that he has tons of engagement. The last guy on these pictures, 16, 49, 152, 40, 21. And I know that he has less followers, but if he was real, he should be getting like 500, 700, whatever. He should be getting like much more than he's actually getting right here. And the difference that you're going to see is they're real. You click on this guy right here, personal account. You click on this person right here, personal account. You click down here on this random person, personal account. They're all personal accounts, and that is the telltale sign, guys. You're going to look through here. You're going to see interaction, people tagging people like super interested, asking their friends, would you do this? Would you do that? And everything. And that's what you're looking for. You're looking for true engagement that looks real, exactly like this. None of this fake stuff. You don't want to waste your money in something like this. Although this is going to be more expensive, you're actually going to get a return on something like this. All right. So that's going to kind of conclude the section of this video about like how to find an account that's good. I hope that was helpful. If you guys have a question, send me a message just saying like, hey, do you think this account is real? That's it. I will kind of take a look at it. I'll give you my 2 cents about the account. Sometimes it's hard to tell, but for the most part, a good rule to go by is if it looks fake, it's fake. If you have any question about it, it's most likely fake. So after you've picked out the Shoutout account that you want to go on, the next step is creating an ad. And I want to make this clear. This is probably the most important part of creating an ad, and that's don't make it look fake or scammy. You're posting on Instagram. This is the area of photos. It is for people that love photography. You should be focusing on creating something that is stunning, something that just like looks good, and something that relates to photographers. okay? Don't be putting something out there that just looks like a pyramid scheme or that looks like just like a hack or a scam. Although you want to draw people in, you want it to be like photogenic. You want it to look good. So I'll give you kind of a few examples here on what a good ad post looks like. So your ad, when you contact these companies, should have three things: your photo, your caption, your link in their bio. You should also put the link in your bio to your money page. And you have to pick a page that's relevant to you. This is an issue people have as well. They go out there and they're advertising for whatever it is, your CPA website. Maybe it's for music. If your CPA website's about music, you probably shouldn't be advertising on a dog account, because dog people aren't necessarily interested in music. Rather, you should find an account that's relevant to music and post on that. That might seem like stupid, but I see people all the time posting on pages that just aren't relevant. So what's a good ad post look like? So these are actual ads that we have used in the past. Actually, this is our kind of recruitment into Divulge Academy ads. So you guys are going to get much higher conversions than we got, seeing that we're actually making people like pay something to join our program, and you guys aren't in CPA marketing. But these are the types of ads, and I want you guys kind of to think which one of these ads is better. And believe it or not, the ad on the right is actually the better ad. And why is that? It's because it doesn't look like an advertisement. People on Instagram hate advertisements. When we posted this ad right here, all we got was a ton of hate from people saying, like, oh, you're just like bragging, like stop your bragging, whatever, yada, yada, yada. And they didn't even like realize, although we got like a decent result from it, the result from this is much higher because people are kind of like engaged with the photo. You want them to feel engaged and then look at the caption and be like, oh, this is interesting. You don't want them to like come to your photo and think, oh, another advertisement. If you have something like this, they might get this negative connotation right off the bat. Whereas something like this, they might be, oh my gosh, get paid doing what you love in Greece. Like, that's awesome. It's positive connotation versus a negative connotation, all right? Try and make your ads not look like an ad, and try and make it have some relevance. Like, we kind of like put a little bit of text in there, but try not to go overkill. Like, we did testing. This one was probably a little bit overkill, but this one's good. So do a little bit of testing. It might not be perfect the first time, but remember, it shouldn't look like an ad. It should be relevant and should make them have a positive feeling as soon as they look at it. So what does a good ad post look like? So we're going to kind of look at the caption. What should your caption have? Because this is important. This is your call to action. This is what people are going to be reading, and this is the like make or break, the decision point on whether or not a person is going to go from your post to your money site. So number one, first and foremost, explain how it's going to help the people. Don't like go on and on about like how great it is or how like it's helped you or whatever. Talk about how it's going to benefit them. That's all these people care about. If it will benefit them, they most likely will go through and click, because the time that it takes for them to go through and click, they'll have this like mental moment. Okay, so they've got this mental moment where they think, is it even worth it, like clicking through and checking this out? If you make it seem like it will help them, they will definitely go through and check it out. So the next part, have a link in bio in parentheses, just as it is written there, call to action at the beginning and the end of the ad. Although this kind of looks scammy and it's probably not my favorite thing to do, it does give people some direction, because a lot of times people are half paying attention when they're looking on Instagram. So you need to give them direction. So putting this link in bio thing is going to show them like, oh, look, if you want to take part in this, the link is in the bio. If you want to access this free music or this whatever your niche is, free Clash of Clans hack or your Grand Theft Auto thing or whatever, or you want to give away something or whatever the scenario, it gives them direction. The other thing you want to do is you want to put your personal username or your business username in the caption. So it should say like at your username is teaching Grand Theft Auto hacks for one day only. Check it out on this website. Whatever. I'm just throwing out ideas so that people can then come and click through, and then you're actually going to get some new followers on your actual page, which builds your Instagram page as an asset. Number 4, you should have them tag your username in the picture. So what this means is that when like a person like clicks on the picture, your username will come up. So it's just another way to brand your personal account to try and get people to come through to it. The other thing, make it sound official and real. As I've said, try and not make it look like a super big ad. Now the caption area, you do want it to be like an ad. That's your call to action. So you didn't really put a call to action in the picture. You're bringing it down into the ad so that you get people that are actually interested. You don't just piss off everyone from the beginning. So this part, you can have a call to action. Just be careful. Don't make it sound stupid and don't make it sound scammy. And then the last part is don't put any hashtags in it. We all know, as I've explained in the past, how like Instagram works. It searches hashtags, it likes and follows people based on hashtags. You want everyone coming to your post to be real. You want all the comments to be real. In order to do that, there's no hashtags. So if the person normally posts hashtags, ask them to not post hashtags during your post. They're most likely going to not even worry about it, and they won't. They're usually very nice people. So we already took a look at a few accounts. So what results should you guys expect? And this is kind of the big part of the video because like you obviously want to make money off of this. And as I explained this kind of in the past video, so I'm kind of repeating myself, but from our experience, you're usually going to get around 20 to 50 followers if you link your username in the description, which isn't bad. Like every shout out getting like 20 or 50 followers to that account. And keep in mind, these are real followers. They're assets to you. They will stay with you basically forever. And they're always going to be able to see your content. Then you can basically free advertise to every single new follower that you get in the future. So that's something that is a plus. Now here's another example of a way to check on whether or not this account is real. So let's say you buy your shout out, and you get a ton of new followers. The next thing you want to do is to go through those new followers and make sure they're real people. Make sure they're not business accounts. Go through and make sure they're actual real accounts. Because you never want to actually go through and buy from the same person 2 times if you've had a bad experience the first time. If you have a bad experience the first time, the second time is not going to change. You're going to get the same results. So if you got 0 opt-ins, 0 leads the first time, it's most likely not going to change that second time. The other thing that you want to look for is we're averaging around 50 to 100 opt-ins per shout out. Now that completely depends on the account, the size. But my point in saying this is that if you're getting 3 leads or 3 opt-ins or 10 or whatever, you probably posted on a fake account. So that would probably be not something you would want to do again because you don't want to waste your money. And then the last point that I have here, guys, is never argue with people in the comments of the ad. It's just going to make your page look bad. So, and this is hard, especially when you post an ad in something that you really believe in. You're going to get people that hate on your ad. You're going to get people that say, oh, this is crap, this is fake, whatever, yada, yada, yada. And you know what, you guys? That's just how it is. But the second that you comment back saying, no, this is real, or like, check out the proof, these people are just going to start arguing with you, and it's going to fill the comment section of the ad with a bunch of arguments, which is going to turn off tons of other people. So you don't want to do this at all. It's not beneficial to you. You're not gonna win the argument ever. So that's my biggest suggestion in that sense of this. But I know this was a long video. I hope you guys stuck around until the end of this. That is the end for the most part. If you guys have questions, ask in the Facebook group. We're here to help you guys out. I hope this was very, very beneficial for anyone interested in the Instagram advertising area. What we are going to do very soon is we're going to start some, what's it called? I always forget the name of this, but we're going to start basically creating our own account and growing it and showing you guys everything that we do, like live, teaching you, like showing like results, like things that work, things that don't work, so that you guys can kind of see like step by step exactly what we're doing rather than us just telling. So I think that, a case study. Yeah, we're going to do a few case studies. So I think that'll be really beneficial for you guys, for especially people that are struggling. But it sounds like people are really doing awesome out there, so keep killing it. I'm excited. Yeah, but that's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.